Okay, good day everyone. This is a series 4 of Article 1.3.2.1, Part E of the Philippine Electrical Code, which focuses on the schedule of loads. In electrical design, drawing shows the layout of wires and equipment, but the schedule of loads tells us the actual electrical demand of the building. Think of it as the numerical summary of the entire electrical system. Without the proper schedule of loads, engineers cannot correctly size conductors, breakers, or transformer. Without a load schedule, designing an electrical system is like designing without any basis for the building's power demand. Kung walang load schedule, parang nagdi-design ka ng walang basehan ng power demand. Okay? So, in Article 1.3.2.1, Plan Requirements, there are several components that must appear in electrical plans, as you see the list in the screen. In this lecture, we are focusing on Part E, Schedule of Loads, which connect the electrical layout to the actual electrical demands calculation. This part is very important because it verifies whether the electrical system we design is safe and properly sized. This is where you determine whether the electrical design is correct or if the system capacity is insufficient. Dito mo makikita kung tama ba talaga ang design o kulang sa capacity. Possible din naman na sobra. So, the schedule of loads acts as the blueprint of electrical demand. It lists every major electrical load in the building and the power required for each one. By analyzing the schedule of loads, engineers and electricians can determine if the electrical system can safely carry the total load without overload. Server question: how do engineers and electricians know if the electrical system can safely supply the building? That's a good question. So, the answer is through the schedule of loads. It provides a tabulated list of all electrical equipment and their power demand and requirement. From this information, engineers can determine the total electrical load and design the system safely. Makikita ang sagot sa pamamagitan ng schedule of loads, di ba? Ito ay isang tabulated list lang ng lahat ng electrical equipment at ng kanilang mga power requirement or demand. Mula sa impormasyon na nakalagay sa schedule of load, natutukoy ng mga engineer at ng mga electrician ang total electrical load at naidedesign ng tama ang system, lalo na yung mga protections. Okay? The schedule of loads work like an inventory of electricity consumption. Just like a warehouse tracks product, the electrical plants track every electrical device and how much power it consumes. Without this information, the system may be designed with the wrong capacity. It is like warehouse inventory, but in the schedule of loads, we are counting electrical demand. So parang nag-iimbentaryo ka lang ng warehouse. Sa schedule of load, ang binibilang naman natin ay mga devices na nagko-consume ng electricity. Okay. So for example, you receive the single line diagram, di ba? And you need to validate the details. You need to go to the schedule of load. Here is the example of schedule of loads. Hindi ko na maipakita yung detalye. It's too much to fit the screen. Pero here is one. One schedule of loads from a single line diagram that I show. And the details of this are the things we need to discuss here as required by the Philippine Electrical Code. Okay? Let's continue. Server tanong, what happened if the electrical loads are not properly estimated or not properly listed? So the answer, the electrical system may be incorrectly designed. If loads are underestimated, the system may become overloaded during operation. If loads are overestimated, the system becomes unnecessarily expensive. Mahal ang mga nilagay mong electrical devices, di ba? Maaring mali ang design sa electrical system. Kapag na-overestimate ang loads, pwedeng mag-overload ang system habang ginagamit, di ba? Kapag naman na-overestimate ang loads mo, nagiging mas mahal ang system kaysa sa kinakailangan mo lang naman. So, it's an economics issue, di ba? Next, every electrical design must answer 3 identical questions. First, what equipments or loads are connected to the system? Second, how much electrical power those loads require? Third, whether the conductors and protective devices are properly sized to carry the load safely. This question ensures the electrical system is safe and reliable. Tatlong tanong lang pero nakasalalay ang safety ng buong system, di ba? So, another question. Server, why must engineer answer these three questions before installation? So, because electrical system must be designed based on actual load demand. Without knowing the connected load and their power requirements, the system may become unsafe or unreliable. Proper load identification ensures correct conductor sizing and correct protection. Engineers use a schedule of loads to design correctly. Electricians use it to install safely. Owners use it to avoid overloads. Inspector use it to check compliance. Without it, the system could become unsafe or undersized. Hindi lang engineer ang gumagamit nito, pati inspector at electrician. Okay? Server tanong, who actually uses the schedule of loads? Ayan na. So, this schedule of loads is used by everyone involved in the electrical projects. Engineers use it for design calculation, validation, and checking, di ba? Electrician use it as a guide during the installation. So, titingin din lang yan sa single line diagram and also sa schedule of load. And it is also used by inspector to verify whether you comply with the code. So, even building owners benefit because it helps prevent electrical overload and future operational problems. Di ba? Let's move on. Now, there are three core sections. This core section allows engineer to categorize loads and analyze them systematically. Sa tatlong kategoring ito, dito nakikita ang buong power demand ng building. Okay? So, possible may tanong ka, what types of electrical load must be listed in the schedule? Very good question. Again, electrical loads are grouped into three main categories. So, tandaan, these are motor loads, lighting and receptacle loads, and other specialized loads. This classification helps engineers analyze and organize the electrical demand more clearly. Let's proceed to motor loads, which include such as, ano ba yung mga yan? Pumps, fans, elevator, compressors, and special equipment like aircon, VFD, heaters, and different equipment. These loads require careful sizing of conductors and protective devices. Ang motor kasi malakas mag-consume ng kuryente at ang iba need special circuit. Hindi pwedeng i-mix sa ibang circuits, di ba? Tanong, why are motors load listed separately in the schedule of load? So, motors consume large amount of electrical power and draw high starting currents. Minsan magti-trip yan because of in-rush current. Hindi mo na i-design yung protection devices mo. Because of this, they have a special design consideration compared to ordinary loads like lighting and mga outlets. Separating them allows engineers and electricians to properly size conductors, starters, and protective devices. Tanong again, what information, sir, must be listed for each motor in the schedule? Each motor must be clearly identified in the load schedule. This schedule includes motor ID, type of motors, power rating, operating voltage, and number of phases. These details ensures that the motor is connected to the correct circuit and protection device. Parang ID ng tao din yan. Bawat motor may sariling identity sa plano. It's important when calculating short circuit. Dapat identified ang motor, walang pwedeng magkatulad ng ID sa buong electrical system like motor 1, isa lang yan dapat sa buong single line diagram, motor 2, and so on. So, server tanong uli, what protects motor from electrical damage? Okay, motors are protected through properly sized conductors and protective devices. So, ang protective devices may kanya-kanyang type yan, depende sa application. Siguro madidiscuss natin yan somewhere. The schedule of loads specify the full load current, wiring size, the breaker, or the fuse rating. These parameters ensures that the motor operates safely under normal and fault condition. The schedule includes full load current, frequency, wiring type and size, circuit breaker, or fuse rating. These parameters protect the motor against overcurrent condition. Kung mali ang breaker type and rating, unang masisira ang motor. Okay. Tanong again, what type of load exists in almost every building? Hindi lang naman lahat motor, di ba? So, that's a good question. Different building have different types or different facilities contain different loads. But almost every building contain common lighting loads and convenience outlet. So these loads supply power for illumination and general electrical use throughout the building yan. Because they are widely distributed, they must be carefully organized into circuit. So the circuit supply general building usage such as lighting fixtures and receptacle. Dito ang nakakabit ang mga pang-araw-araw na gamit ng building. Pero pag special circuit, iba yan. Server tanong, how do electrician trace circuits easily? Circuits are traced through proper identification in the schedule of loads, and with the help of the single line diagram and the schedule of load, each circuit has panel ID, circuit number, and description of the load connected to it. This makes troubleshooting and maintenance much easier. Kaya nga nakakahanga ang ilang master electrician natin dahil magaling silang mag-organize during installation. Hindi sila pumapayag na ang lahat ng mga panel nila ay walang mga proper identification. So, those practices separate the new electrician and the master electricians. Okay? So, to continue, each circuits include panel ID, circuit number, lighting outlets, receptacle outlets, special load, number of switches. This allows technician to identify circuits quickly during troubleshooting. Pag malinaw ang circuit number, properly tag, hindi ka mangkukula sa panel board mo. Kahit sino pwedeng tumingin, di ba? Tanong again, what determines the proper wire size for a circuit? Okay, the wire size is determined by the voltage level and the current required by the load. The schedule of load specifies the circuit voltage, conductor type, and breaker rating. This parameter ensures that the conductors operate within safe ampacity limit. Meron tayong table sa Philippine Electrical Code na titingnan natin, which we will discuss in the future series as we complete the entire Philippine Electrical Code 2017. So, pwede nyo po yung bantayan. Okay? The schedule of loads also specifies circuit voltage, wire type and size, breaker rating. This value ensure compliance with Philippine Electrical Conductor ampacity requirement. Pag mali ang wire size, naku po, di pwede kasi it might overheat the conductor and also a fire hazard. Okay? Server tanong, what about equipment that is neither motor nor lighting? So magandang tanong, di ba? These types of equipment are classified under other loads. They usually include specialized equipment such as air conditioning units, UPS system, and industrial machines because their operating characteristics vary differently. They require separate documentation. Examples include HVAC system, UPS system, server racks, industrial machines. These loads require special consideration in design. Dito na pupunta ang mga special equipment ng building. So, ibang category siya. Pero kasama pa rin siya sa schedule of loads. Server tanong, what information must be included for specialized equipment and where to get it? Specialized loads must include a clear description and designation number. The schedule must also show the power rating, voltage rating, phase loading, service duty, and wiring protection. This information ensures that the equipment receives the correct electrical supply. Okay? Pag-aaralan niya ng engineer at ng electrician. So, hindi pwedeng hulaan lang ang rating. So, dapat documented sa plano pa lang. Especially those contributed to harmonics and different electronics in rush current. You need a special protection and grounding requirement or else baka possible you will encounter different kinds of tripping. Okay? Server tanong ulit, how do we know if a load schedule is complete? Okay, that's a good question. So, a complete schedule of loads answers 5 essential safety questions. It identifies the equipment connected, the power demand, the voltage used, the conductor supplying it, and the breaker protecting it. If all these details are present, the electrical system can be properly evaluated. This checklist, as you see in the screen, ensures the schedule of loads is complete. The questions are: what equipment are connected? How much power does it need? What voltage does it use? And what wire feeds it? And what breaker protects it? Kapag nasagot mo ang 5 tanong, kompleto na ang load schedule mo. Tanong again, what is the foundation of a safe electrical design? Magandang tanong din yan. The foundation of a safe electrical design is a complete and accurate schedule of loads. It ensures that electrical equipment is properly sized and the system will not overload during operation. Without it, the entire electrical system becomes unreliable. Okay. It supports safe design, reliable operation, and faster plan approval. Sa electrical design, nagsisimula ang safety. So dapat tama ang load computation. We have now completed our discussion of schedule of loads under Article 1.3.2.1 Part E. We learned the details of electrical information needed in every electrical equipment that needs to be identified in the schedule of load. In the next part of this series, we will move forward to Part F, that is Electrical Design Analysis, wherein yung mga values na nasa load schedule are used for engineering calculation. Because after listing the loads, the next step is to verify whether the system is electrically and thermally safe. That is Article 1.3.2.1 Part F, Electrical Design Analysis, will explain. Okay, now, this concludes our discussion. Please share this to our colleagues and friends, and to keep updated, you can like this video or choose to subscribe to support this endeavor. Once you completed the entire chapter of PEC1 series or watch the playlist, you can ask me for e-certificate of completion by sending me a message, and you will receive a link form to fill up. Or you can scan the QR code for form to fill out for short evaluation with your complete name and email for e-certificate. Just let me know if you are interested. Message me. Thank you very much.